Maya never imagined that her life would change in a single night. That one moment, she'd be driving home after a long day, and the next, everything would go dark. It was a quiet evening. The streets were empty, and the rain tapped gently against her windshield. She hummed along to the soft music playing on her radio, her fingers drumming lightly on the steering wheel. She was only minutes from home, but then it happened. Out of nowhere, blinding headlights appeared in her rearview mirror, moving too fast. Before she could react, tires screeched, a horn blared, and a massive truck skidded across the slick road, heading straight for her. Maya's heart pounded. She gripped the steering wheel, her breath caught in her throat. And then, impact. The sound of metal twisting, glass shattering. When she opened her eyes, she wasn't in her car. She wasn't on the road. She was lying still, cold, surrounded by an eerie silence. Distant voices echoed around her, muffled and unclear. Then she heard it, words that sent a chill through her entire being. "We lost her." Number that couldn't be right. She was still here. She tried to move, to scream, to do anything, but her body refused to respond. Hands lifted her onto something hard. She was being moved, but she wasn't the one in control. At the hospital, doctors stood over her, faces solemn. Machines beeped steadily. Then came the final words that sealed her fate. "I'm sorry. There's nothing more we can do." Tears filled the room. Her younger brother, Liam, shook his head in disbelief. Maya wanted to scream, to tell them she was still here, but she remained trapped in silence. And the worst part? No one knew. Days passed. Friends and family gathered in her memory. She had been dressed beautifully, her hair carefully styled. A grand ceremony hall was filled with mourners in black, flowers surrounding a large framed picture of her, smiling, frozen in time. Her family stood at the front, lost in grief. Maya was still there, but no one could hear her. She was screaming inside, desperate to wake up from this nightmare. And then, something changed. Maya gasped, a deep, desperate gasp for air. Gasps filled the room. Her mother let out a sharp scream. Some guests stepped back, others murmuring in shock. Back at the hospital, the truth was revealed. Maya wasn't gone. She never had been. She had suffered from catalepsy, a rare condition that made her body appear lifeless. Her breathing had slowed so much that it was undetectable. Even her heartbeat had been too faint to register. She had been mistaken for unresponsive, and if she had woken up just a few hours later, where no one could help her, she might not have made it back. The realization hit her like a wave. She had been given a second chance. Weeks later, Maya sat by the window, watching the sunrise. For the first time in her life, she truly appreciated every breath, every heartbeat, every second. She had almost lost everything, but fate had given her another chance, and she wasn't going to waste it. Life is fragile. Sometimes we take it for granted, but Maya's story is a reminder that every moment, every breath, every heartbeat is a gift. And sometimes, even in the darkest moments, miracles happen.